2008, we rescued an abandoned 3-week-old kitten named Oskar. He was small enough to fit in a Kleenex box. He was half a pound and could barely walk. At 3 weeks old, kittens are quite fragile and need to be bottle fed every 3 hours. After 3 months, we noticed a problem. He never used the litter or seemed to have any awareness of urination or defecation. After multiple trips to the vet, it was confirmed that Oskar had a congenital sacral nerve spinal cord injury. He could never have control of his bowel or bladder function. Everything else in his body was fully functional. We loved Oskar, and we were determined to find a way to make this work. We couldn't find pet diapers small enough for him. After some time and experimentation, we later found a solution. Then I took out an old sock, cut 5 holes in it, and dropped him in it. We pinned a small towel within it to catch his urine. It worked. As he grew, we used a bigger sock, but his bladder also grew bigger, and he eventually soaked through urine pads every 2 hours. We cleaned him every day with washcloths, and bathed him several times per week in our sink. Something had to be done to give him a better quality of life. We took another trip to the vet for a routine checkup, and the vet introduced me to a life-changing solution: bladder expression. It took some practice and modification, but with continual practice I became the master. I learned to completely empty his bladder with just the squeeze of the right hand. I eventually perfected the technique. It only needed to be done for 5 to 10 minutes, both in the morning and in the evening before bed. Oskar would be in his cat suit for the day and sleep naked at night in his cage. With bladder expression and the ability to stay in his suit during the day, he began a completely normal cat life. He did everything a cat was supposed to do. He liked to run. He enjoyed a good hunt. And he climbed the occasional tree. He was totally accepting the cat's suit. He never bit at it, and he never tried to scratch at it. It became a regular part of his life. One of Oskar's best traits is that he was so incredibly adaptive to new surroundings. Given his disability, we took him everywhere we traveled. He got used to this at an early age. He never cried in the car or on the airplane. This map includes the amazing list of places Oskar visited in California and the US. He also interacted well with many other cats over the years, and even dogs. The fascinating thing is that Oskar, despite the disability, was the top cat of our 4. He had no idea he was different, and he commanded respect from the others. Most of all, it was Oskar's tight bond with everyone in the family that resonated the most. Oskar was one of the first to greet our son Nate after he was born. They quickly became good friends and grew up together. It's not a surprise, Nate's first word in life was Oskar. Our daughter Scarlett formed an especially close bond with Oskar. She especially loved to hold him and sing him songs. Oskar was so incredibly calm and interactive with the kids. Every night, he was always there reading books with us. Oskar was present in many of our family photos. He was a part of the family. He was never out of sight. On July 5th, 2016, Oskar left this world and passed on to kitty heaven. He never liked to do things conventionally. This cat was definitely a fighter for what he had to overcome. Many people have said how lucky he was to have me. I know that I did a lot for him, but I argue that I benefited as much or more from him. Oskar taught me not to give up so easily on trying to find a solution to an unconventional problem. He showed me my level of commitment and devotion to those I love. He taught me that sometimes the perfection is in the imperfection and the ability to use your strengths to overcome obstacles. Often as humans, we impose limitations on ourselves because we feel self-conscious about what makes us different from others. But Oskar lived life with meaning despite his disability, and his story was an inspiration. His bond will never be forgotten. He was, and always will be, my best friend. I love you so much, my favorite cat man.